when I start working with someone, they say, "Doctor, I need to get rid of this disease." And then later they say, "Doctor, I really learned so much from this disease." But the greatest teacher that you could be is, the helping the person learn from inside of their own self. Physician, heal thyself. Holistic counseling is a process of healing that you cannot avoid your own healing in. And in fact, in order to practice holistic counseling, you must be open on an emotional level, on a heart level. You cannot sit as a doctor in practice like this, shut down, and expect somebody to open up to you. You can't do it. Yeah. Okay, good. The more that you're open, the more that you encourage that openness, the more that you have gone through your own process, and that's an ever-going process, by the way. There's no end point. You just keep going on that process. But the more that you go on that process, the more you have no doubt that that's where the other person is best served to go, and also you encourage that. And that to me is the number one aspect of doctor as teacher. And with the right questions, you will be amazed at how you will be able to help people in a short amount of time get to their subconscious thoughts. And it's not magic. You don't have to have super high sensory perception, ESP, psychicness. You just sit and listen and be present and ask the right questions at the right time, and you let the person open up like a flower, and you'll get there. It's a fallacy. It really is a fallacy that a doctor is responsible for a patient's health. It's absolute fallacy. It's like a huge lie that has to be healed. And the holistic model is the model that heals that, because the person will discover the fallacy in recognizing how the healing came from within them when they corrected what led to their illness. It's not hard to slip into that because you want to help someone. And then you see that they're suffering, you really want to help someone, and then before you know it, you're starting to reach in there and you're starting to feel responsible for them, and then an unhealthy dynamic starts, which is very easy to feed into because there's a strong collective consciousness which says that the doctor is responsible for the patient's health. And do not underestimate a person's desire to live within that collective. Fix me, like what you were saying. Fix me. Make me better. I have symptoms, damn it. Make me better. When you really see the mind-body connection and you keep seeing it over and over again, then you realize that there's something being missed when you say okay, so the person has leaky gut syndrome, so you just have to heal the gut, and then their chronic fatigue syndrome or fibromyalgia will go away. When you address it on that level, are we addressing the whole person? Are we looking at the fundamental cause of illness? We're saying that the fundamental cause is at the gut level. So we're separating from the mental, emotional, and spiritual. And holistic means that the mind and the body are one. That there's no separation between the mind and the body. So the story was he was from Toronto, he moved to Montreal, and he developed ulcerative colitis. That's weird. We're not handing out ulcerative colitis in Montreal. Here, welcome to Montreal. Have some ulcerative colitis. So what changed for him? And through the holistic counseling, and sometimes you don't even really have to dig appeal to a person with the awareness. So what happened was, he had a group of friends here, and they used to party. They would do cocaine, and it was really a lot of fun, and they would go out partying all the time. And when he went to Montreal, he felt such an anxiety and worry that they were going to forget about him. And so much so that it ate away at him, and also in place, you know. So the irony here is that when he would go back for a weekend, he would smoke, he would do drugs, he would do cocaine, and his ulcerative colitis, no symptoms. He did everything bad for his body, but the cause of his illness was alleviated when he went back, because he was back with his friends and they weren't forgetting about him. He could let go of that worry. Go back to Montreal, it came back again, all of his symptoms. As soon as he was back and as soon as the worry started. So he was a total supporter of the thing. And he started, like, next time I saw him, he's like, yeah, I told my friend that she has asthma, she has to look inside of her heart to look at what the cause is. He was a total supporter because he saw it inside of himself. And it was unmistakable for him.
Okay.
What you're actually doing by asking people questions is getting them to see their compulsion, their falseness, what they're holding onto that is not real. It's negativity. It's through the release of the negativity that we become free. It's way more positive to release the negative than to supplant the positive. It means that you're really getting them to think on a deep level. And those questions have far-reaching impact into a person's life, far beyond their health. And so we'll start to understand that holism really has to deal with far beyond just the person's health as it is manifesting in their life, but it really has to do with their entire life, their relationships with themselves and others, their job, how they see the world. Everything is included in holism. You hear that fan? Were you aware of it until I pointed it out? But you can hear it every second, every moment. That's the subconscious mind. It's something that's been going on long enough that you stopped listening to it, paying direct attention to it with your conscious mind, and it became integrated into the back of your mind, and then perhaps buried beneath more recent things that you start holding on to inside of your mind, until those layers like sedimentation became so deeply buried that you're still responding to them, and your body is still reacting to them, but you're not consciously aware. Subconscious thoughts, which are not aligned with our true nature, have such a huge impact on our lives and on our health. And we're really going to be looking at that all weekend, and from many different angles and from many different aspects. And you will have a chance to look at that also within your own self.